But the ones that always get me are the young families that come in. The doors to our office will open up and a little 5-year-old boy will come sprinting in because he's been in the car for 8 hours. A dad will walk in behind him with a little 2 or 3-year-old girl in little footy pajamas grabbing onto his leg, and her little blonde curls are stuck to her face because she's been asleep. And then a very, very, very tired mom walks in behind them with a 9-month-old on her hip. And this family gets ready for their big debt-free scream. They've driven from Oklahoma City to get here, and the parents put on their radio headsets with the microphone, and they get on the call with Dad, and they'll say things like, Dave, I took out an extra job, and I worked nights and weekends for 11 months to finally pay off the student loan. The mom will say, Dave, we've taken a beach vacation down in Florida every year with the kids, and this year we didn't go. And we took all the money we were going to spend on that vacation, and we paid off my van, finally. And Dad will then say these magical words. He'll say, okay, guys, count it down. Let's hear your big, debt-free scream. And as I watch this little family in our lobby, those parents gather up those kids, and they bend down for the kids to reach the microphone, and the 2 little ones get really excited. They kind of start jumping up and down because they know they have a job to do. And they've been practicing for 8 hours for this point. But these sweet parents who literally have moved mountains and made sacrifices for these kids get to bend down, and that dad, he gets to say, 3, 2, 1. And in unison, this whole family with these little chipmunk voices in the background just scream out together, we're debt-free. And every time I hear those calls, it just makes me cry. Because I think, I was that little girl. And I just want to grab her little face in my hands and just say, do you have any idea what your parents have just done for you? Do you have any idea the legacy that's being left for you? Because I think, my parents, they could have gone right back into their old ways, but they took Scripture and they believed it when it says the borrower is slave to the lender. And they drew a line in the sand. They said, enough is enough.
In the lobby of Financial Peace Plaza, Nathan and Amanda join us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Dave. Good, thank you.
Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you guys. Where do you live?
We live in Champaign, Illinois.
Oh, fun. Cool. So I assume you're here to do your debt-free scream.
We are.
Very good. Now, what are the kiddos' names?
We have Alex and Madison, our twin 7-year-olds. Drew just turned 5, and Brooklyn is 18 months.
All right, Brooklyn, you're a sweet girl. Very cool. She was struggling right when we came on, but the sippy cup solves everything. I love it. Very cool. So you're here to do a debt-free scream?
We are.
How much have you paid off?
$71,000 in around 4 years.
In 4 years, making what kind of money?
We started in the mid-100s, and now we're over 150.
Okay, 100s to 150. Excellent. What kind of debt was the $71,000?
I went to grad school, so grad school loans, car loans, and thankfully we never got into credit card loans. But mainly just school loans to start us off.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So what happened 4 years ago that made you decide to get out of debt?
I think it was just listening to you on the radio, and we decided to jump into FPU and sacrifice a little bit of time at that point. We really didn't have very much time, but just to see if we could improve our future.
Yeah, with a young family like this, it takes a lot of energy just to keep the balls in the air, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, very cool. Cool. What do you guys do for a living?
I'm a nurse practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the architecture and construction industry.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Good for you. So you went through Financial Peace University and you said, we're going to clean this mess up.
We did. And we started off with the Gazelle Intensity that you leave after the class with, and sold our SUV and bought an ugly minivan, much to our dismay that we said we would never do. And
you're those people.
we are definitely those people.
Still those people.
Yes. And we learned quickly as God gives you life interruptions, such as a 4th child, and we started the adoption process for possibly the future. And
wow.
had a job loss in that time period, that perseverance was really the key. We would listen to the show and hear these amazing stories of these very short time frames of people paying off a lot of money. And we learned for us, we just had to be patient and persevere and realize that God had a plan for us as to when it was all going to happen.
During the 4 years, a lot of fits and starts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of ebb and flow. Sometimes you're on and sometimes you backstep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a house that we also had to pay a lot of money each month to get rid of, and then a big chunk at the end to toss it. So that slowed things down significantly. But we kept our eyes on the prize and just wanted to be done with it.
So how much do the kids realize what's happened?
It's shocked us at their ages how much they are aware of what is going on. And we openly talk about being debt-free and what our plan is as to why we are not eating takeout and why we make certain decisions that we're making. And I was informed by Alex's first grade teacher this year, congratulations, before school ended. And I was like kind of looking at her strangely, and I asked her why. And she's like, well, his prayer intention has been for you guys to be debt-free, and we heard you finally made that. And so we're like, wow, that's awesome.
That is good.
Yes.
Yay, that's phenomenal. Well, they do get it then.
They do get it.
They do. Well,
and we
you
also
guys
put a big carrot at the end of it for them to work on our shed clubhouse. So they're going to get a bit of a clubhouse tree house here that we started a couple weeks ago.
So what kind of clubhouse do you get if your dad is like an architect?
One that the mom is not excited about. Yes.
Overly complicated and over-designed and overbuilt. But it's going to be awesome.
Better than most of the homes in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, congratulations, you guys. I can't imagine. Oh, you got a beautiful family.
Thank
How does
you.
it feel to not have any debt now after all this 4 years of struggle?
It's just such a relief. It's just a weight off our shoulders and bright future ahead.
Yeah, I thought that we'd be like ready to charge ahead and start spending money, but it actually gave us, I think, a sense of contentment that we realized that this is actually how you want to continue living, and that not to take this for granted and just keep with the principles that we've learned, because we're never going to let our family go back to that.
Yeah,
So.
it's amazing. Something snaps, and it's not that you become a tightwad or anything. You just don't need stuff.
Yeah.
Because I felt like if you went to Sam's or Costco, that it was like federal law. You had to spend $200. That's why they check your receipt when you're going out to make sure you spent your $200, right? No, you didn't spend it. Go back in there. But you got to get 9 gallons of mustard, right? But you know, I had the experience. I could walk in there and walk out without anything. And for me, that was weird back in the day. That was when I knew, I thought, oh man, God has really changed my heart on this whole contentment thing. It's really shifted. There's a transformation that's occurred.
Absolutely.
That is very neat. That is very neat, guys. Congratulations. Okay, we'll gather the tribe around and let's get ready to do our debt-free scream. We've been practicing all the way from Illinois, so here we go. Nathan and Amanda and the gang, Champaign, Illinois, $71,000 paid off, making $100 to $150 a year. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free! Oh, they're awesome. Oh, that is amazing. Cute kids. Wow. Very fun. Very fun. Those are inspiring stories. That's why we try to have one on here an hour, to let you know you can do it. Because that's the big question. When are you going to do this stuff? When are you going to do this stuff? When are you going to make the decision to get control of things and get the mess cleaned up?